Hi guys, welcome to today's episode, which is going to be on my new old Olympus OM10. Now, just to give you a bit of background, I've studied photography in the past, and I've been a wedding videographer, and still am technically, and I've done a bit of photography at weddings, but I don't really like taking photos at weddings. I do actually prefer taking pictures of wildlife, landscapes, and architecture, usually buildings in and around different cities that I visit. I think it's really awesome. And I thought to myself, you know what? I should go back into film. I used the Canon 80D. I still haven't used the Canon 4000D for photos, and I thought, why not go back to where it all began? And I was trying to look for the cameras that I used during my course, and I couldn't really find them. I couldn't even remember what half of them were. I knew they were Fuji, and I knew they were Olympus, and I think there was a Pentax at college as well, but I'm not too sure if I actually got to use it. But the photography that they teach you at GCSE level is usually with black and white film. So I thought to myself, let's get a camera, mess around with some 35mm and see how I fare, like over 20 years later. So we've got this one by Harman Technology, which is a Pan 100 black and white film, and I've got the Ilford HP5 Plus, which is also made by Harman. It's black and white film. This one was more expensive than this one here, so we'll see how that fares. And then we have the classic, where is it? Fujifilm Superior Extra 400. So this is something that was more typical to what my mom used when I was a kid. So it'll be interesting to see the look that it gives me out of the Olympus OM10. So after 2 weeks, nearly 2 weeks of waiting, the Olympus came this morning, and because of the virus going around, the deliveries have been really slow. Not on Amazon, but like Royal Mail, which is our national delivery and mail service. So without further ado, let's see what we have. So this is the box it came in, and I don't have any box cutters or anything with me. Here it is. Dun, dun, dun. So it comes with a camera strap and this lovely bag, box carrier or whatever it is. So this is how you would open it. Oh my word. There we go. Drum roll please. Oh, there's no lens cap. Oh well. We can deal with that. It's got a polarizer on it. That's really good. So if I could technically take photos like that, or I can just take it out. How do you take it out? I'm struggling taking this out. Oh, okay. Wow, clever little poppers. There we go. That's the case dealt with. So this is a very nice one. It's kind of heavy. Now, it looks decent as well. There really isn't many blemishes on it. Not really. Not any bad ones anyway. So here we are. It's in the manual adapter position already, but we're going to try and use it in aperture priority mode and see how well it fares. Is there film in it? So you've probably seen loads of videos on this, on how to load it. I'm not going to go through all of that. What I will do though is go through what we have on here. So we have the ability to change the ISO or ASA, the film speed. So each film will have a different number on it, like this is 400, this is 100, this is also 100, oh this is 400, and you just lift that up and then twist it around to where it needs to go. It's currently set to 100, so we're going to load some 100 into here. Yeah, let's just see. Oh, wow, good old days. That feels really, really good. I think the strap's actually getting in the way, so I think I might remove it. It sounds a bit weird when you do that. I think it's because it's got nothing in it. But what you would do, so the sills seem to be slightly worn. I can try and put in those in myself. So let's load the film. Okay guys, so I'm going to go out and mess around with this and hopefully take some really good pictures. This is in really, really good condition. I can't believe it. I've lucked out on this one. I'm just so impressed. Yeah, I'm gonna load some film and then I'm gonna go outside. It's a nice day, take some photos, but I think I should change the batteries in this as well, so let's change the batteries first. Now I need a coin. That's another thing I don't have. Okay guys, so I'm going to come back to this video after taking a few pictures, and I'm going to get the pictures developed, but unfortunately we have a problem, and the problem is that due to Corona I can't get these developed in a shop. I may have to order some developer and stop and fix and get the negatives developed myself. So yeah, let's see how it goes, and hopefully we'll come back to this video soon. So I've taken some footage out here in Digbeth with the lovely OM10. It's been nice. I've had somebody come over and say, where can I get one of those? What's the quality like? Can I have a look through? I thought he was going to be like a weirdo who's going to try and steal it, but he put his hands behind his back and said, I won't touch it. I'm like, okay, don't worry about it. But yeah, it captures like people's imaginations. There was a lady going past while I was talking to this guy. She was looking at it too, and she just got out her phone and started taking pictures of this graffiti. I've taken 2 pictures now with a different ISO. It's hard to actually lift this up to change the ISO. So basically I did this building here at 50 ISO, and I've also done it at 200 ISO. Sorry, I've done the bus stop next to it, 200 ISO. Let's see how those come out. But now I'll stick it back to 100, and we're going to go to the next venue. We're going to go to the next place. I think we're going to go to Cannon Park. We'll see how it goes. I did want to use my cold shoe mount and stick it on there for the GoPro and take pictures as I was taking the take video as I was taking the pictures. But unfortunately I couldn't find a little bit to stick on there, so I can't actually film myself taking the pictures at the same time. So yeah, we'll see what we can do, but hopefully these pictures will come out okay. I keep forgetting to advance the film, so it's really weird going back to winding, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so next destination, the park. So I messed up. I forgot to press the little thing to go in on the right hand side, and then this is what's happened. Now I have to expose all of this to get it out. How messed up is that? Shit. Okay guys, so after ruining my first film, which was black and white, I moved over to the colour while I was still at the park, and then I finished that roll like really quickly, going over the same photos. So I came back to this location in Digbeth to take the rest of the pictures, or retake the pictures that I took earlier, and now I'm completely done. I've taken some new ones, so we'll see how they come out. So as you saw earlier on in the video, I unboxed the Olympus So as you saw earlier on in the video, I unboxed the Olympus M10, this lovely thing here, and it was an interesting experience using this. Apart from the fact that I ruined one whole roll of film, the actual process of taking a photo, thinking about what I wanted to capture, and then focusing in myself was a really good experience using this. And the form factor for this is actually amazing. I really like the form factor. I love the weight of it. It is a bit heavy, to be honest with you, but it is fantastic. And I've got 16 I'm up to 16 exposures on this, and I want to use it more, and I feel like taking this with me everywhere. Originally, I didn't even put I left the strap off. I just thought, you know what, take it off, it's going to get in the way. But as I kept using it, I thought to myself, do you know what, I need it, and I need to put it around, and so I can then move about. Because the thing is, because you are looking at the image that you want to capture, you're actually figuring out which shot is actually the best shot, and then you take the picture, and it really does make you think about the photograph that you want to capture. So I think it makes you better, well, in a way I think it makes you into a better photographer, because you're not just taking any old snap, which a lot of people do nowadays, and then just choose the best one out of the lot. So in that respect, it's actually really nice. The other thing I found nice about it was this lens. This is an amazing lens. This is a 50mm 1.8 what is it called, f/Zuiko, and I'll be honest with you, it's really nice. And one of the things I want to do is take more pictures in black and white and in color. I actually ended up developing my own photos in black and white, and it was a good experience. Haven't done it for a while, and it was a really good use of my time during this period. And I think if anybody is interested in developing their own film, they should give film photography a chance and see if you can get a camera like this or this camera itself, and even try developing your own film, which would be an amazing skill to have in this day and age. Film has been making a comeback, which is really, really good. So have cassettes and so have LPs, and it's a very interesting time we live in. We've got so much choice, and we just limit ourselves to one particular type. So I think it would be good to do it. But my overall experience has been really, really good. I'm waiting on developing the color film, which I'll be doing from a lab. So I'm waiting for them to open, and then basically I'll show you the images straight after. I've got some images currently of some black and white film that I've developed, but I don't have an actual scanner to scan in those negatives. I've done it via my phone, but I don't think the quality is really good. So I think the best thing to do is wait and buy a scanner if I can get one, and then I'll scan those pictures in, and that will be in the same follow-up video as well. So until then, thanks for watching my review of the OM10 or any film camera. So the only thing that's left for me to say is thanks for watching my video. Like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.